Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about the technology that I came up with to help a teacher that has some problems teaching in her classroom. So I'm going to integrate some technology in her classroom to help solve that problem that she has. The lesson's going to be over place value because that's just like a common math standard in the second grade. And the name of the lesson is Everything Has a Place Value. The problem that the teacher had that I talked to was that her class had a set of iPads to use, but when the students did work on the iPads, it was very difficult for the teacher to get the work from the iPad to be shown on the smart board. She said it was very distracting for the students. It was difficult and it was time consuming. It took a lot of time out of class, and so she tried hard not to really have to do that, but it was frustrating for her to not be able to show students work on the board. The students in the classroom, it's a second grade class, and they're all very bright and very eager learners. They love to learn and they love using the iPads, and they're just a really great class. So, the technology that I have come up with to assist this teacher in teaching is the educational website Edmodo, a website called Modern Chalkboard, and then there's an application called Plickers. So, Edmodo is an educational social media app that mimics Facebook, but it's for school. It's very easy and it's very fun for students. On Edmodo, you can post assignments for your students, polls, quizzes, etc. You can put links and pictures on there. The students can also comment on things and talk to one another through that. And it can be used on laptops, the iPads, or on a cell phone. So it's very versatile. Here's some pictures of what the website looks like. You can add questions on quizzes if you create them and make them multiple choice or true false. And also, what is really cool, once the students complete the quizzes, it shows you what each student got on the quizzes and what questions were the most missed, so that you can see their grades and you can see how to improve on their work. The second website is Modern Chalkboard, which is a website that has pre-made lessons for teachers, which is really neat. You can search specific subject areas into the search bar, and it will come up a number of different lessons. There's some on the side here. It gives the educational standard with the lesson, so you don't have to bother looking it up. It already comes with it in this blue bar right here. And it's also interactive, and so the students can come up to the board and do the lesson with the teacher and the whole class. So this is just some pictures of it. For example, they could drag these to the correct spot and drag the number blocks to the correct spot. And it also comes with teacher notes just for so the teacher can have something to look at and see what the lesson is about. So it's really just pre-made lessons that a teacher can just look over and then teach in the classroom, which is really convenient. And then the third technology that I decided to use is Plickers. And these are cards that students can use to answer questions from the teacher. It's great for class assessment, just as a whole class. It's very quick and it's very easy. The grades come in instantly on whatever device the teacher uses to scan the cards, so that he or she could see right away what students got it right and what students didn't. So the students just hold up their cards and the teacher scans it on the smartphone or the tablet and it shows the answers. So the curriculum that this aligns with is a Common Core standard. It's the Arkansas Math Content Standard. And the standard is understand that the three digits of a three-digit number represent amounts of hundreds, tens, and ones. For example, 726 equals 7 hundreds, 2 tens, and 6 ones. And then the NETSS standard that this lesson focuses on is a digital citizen, which means they recognize the rights, responsibilities, and opportunities of living, learning, and working in an interconnected digital world and acting and modeling in ways that are safe, legal, and ethical, as they will be working with an educational social media site. So this really helps them when they are on the Edmodo because they can post comments and whatnot to their fellow classmates. So it helps them learn responsibility. So time for the lesson. To begin, the teacher will introduce the topic of place value to the students. And the teacher will write a three-digit number on the board and ask what the value of each number is. And then they can repeat this for a few numbers. This is a good way to introduce a lesson because it gets the students involved and it also engages It gauges what the students already know. That way the teacher can tweak the lesson to fit the needs of the students. The teacher will also give definitions of key terms that will be used in the lesson. The objective of this lesson is for students to understand and be able to explain that the digits in 3-digit numbers each have a specific value. The students will be working in a whole class setting on individual assignments and collaborating and sharing with 2 or more of their classmates. This lesson not only teaches place value, but incorporates technology, specifically social media, that allows students to practice behaving online in an appropriate and positive way. So the second thing that the teacher will do is the modern chalkboard lesson. Each lesson is about 12 slides, depending on which one you choose. And for the place value one, it is about 12. The students can come up to the board and drag things to the correct number. So it's very interactive. They can drag the numbers to the value, or they can drag number blocks to the digit, and the correct answers are also given on the board during the lesson, so the students can just click it and see if they did it right or wrong. And then the last technology that will be incorporated in this is the Plicker cards, and that's towards the end of the lesson. Each student gets a card, and each card has A, B, C, or D, depending on which way they turn the card. The teacher will ask questions about the lesson learned to test the knowledge and see if the students have learned anything throughout the lesson. The students will hold up whatever answer they think it is to the question, and the teacher can scan it with the smartphone, and then she will get immediate results, and it will also tell who answered. So here on the side, you can see this is just an example photo, but each student has a card, and then it'll tell you who has answered. It also gives you immediate feedback, so the teacher can know what area of the lesson she needs to go back and revisit. So the assessment for this lesson will be the teacher will assign a quiz on Edmodo, and the students will use the iPads. The results can be shown from the teacher's computer to the board, which is really the whole point of using this site, is so the teacher's problem can be solved. She can log into Edmodo and see all of the class's averages and responses and each student's individual work, and she can display that right onto the smartboard from her computer so that the teacher can show the class their averages and what each student answered and why something was incorrect or why something was correct. So it really just allows her to show everyone's work on the board, and then a grade will be given for the quiz that was assigned on Edmodo. The teacher will also pass out worksheets to the students because since there are a limited number of iPads in the classroom, not every student will be able to take their quiz at the same time. So for the students that are not taking their quiz on the iPad at that moment, they would do this place value sheet over here, and they really can just color it in, and it's really just fun for them. And it tests their knowledge on place value and allows them to practice that as well. And this will be given as a classwork grade for the students. And that is the lesson that I have prepared for my teacher using the technology in her classroom. I think it will be very effective, and it will allow her to display the students' work on the board and really get the iPads, give them some use for the students. Thank you.